Okay, January 26, 2009, anti-ESPN class, Wayne Hunter and Yusef Smith. We here have the head coach for St. Mary's women's volleyball team, and we just want to start off with a couple of quick questions, about 5 minutes. So I would like to start off with a brief introduction about who you are and your experience at St. Mary's as far as the tournament and how like the difference between the Beijing girls, how they train and how you try to train your players. So just basically like a brief introduction of who you are.
Okay. I'm Rob Browning. I've been here for 4 seasons, just finished my 4th season here at St. Mary's. And we had, my first season here, we made it to the tournament. Made it to the tournament this past season, and we're getting better. Still got a young team, so we're looking forward to success and those expectations every year. I was with the men's team in Beijing, and my job prior to this was an assistant coach with the men's Olympic team. And I got to go to Sydney and Athens, and so we actually train our team here at St. Mary's a lot like the men's Olympic team trains, and it's a little bit different from how other women's volleyball teams are trained. There are certain systems and techniques and things like that we do that men's teams do pretty regularly and women's teams don't do very often.
Did you start off coaching men, or how did it start as far as your career?
I started off coaching boys. Started a boys volleyball club back in Washington, D.C. area, and then got into some high school, coached girls in high school. Then I was an assistant coach for a men's team at BYU, won a national championship in '99. Then I went with the national team, the men's team. So I've been mostly with men's volleyball, coached men's mostly, and so this was my first time being a head coach of a women's team.
Okay, so pretty busy basically all throughout the year. So I think the main question everybody wants to know is the transition from going coaching, men in the Olympics, Beijing Olympics at the highest level of volleyball, and coming back, bringing it to your club here at St. Mary's. Like, what's the most shall I say the biggest thing you try to instill in your players as far as what you've learned in Beijing?
Yeah. I'll tell you, the team in Beijing, they had a lot of things going for them, to win a gold medal. They had some good experience, and they knew what they needed to do to win, especially at the Olympics. They had the maturity to prepare themselves and know what to expect, and so all the hoopla around the Olympics didn't faze them. And they were very relaxed, even before really big matches. They were relaxed and confident, and so I like to try and instill that in our girls. And we made it to the tournament this year and went to the first round, and our girls were pretty nervous.
Yes.
And I don't think I did a great job of getting them ready for that. But I also think that's one of those things that you have to be there.
Yes, you're right.
And so when we go next year, they'll be better prepared for it, and I think I'll do a better job of getting them ready for all the distractions and different things. Like when we play here at St. Mary's in the regular season, we kind of have our routine, but when you get to the tournament, all of a sudden things are different. They're timing your practice, and you've got to be in at this time and out at that time, and all those things that for me
factors in basically.
And I don't think about those, but I'm sure the girls, it kind of makes them a little bit. It just makes it feel different for them, and so somehow we got to make it so that when they get there, it's not a big deal.
Yes.
So what are you doing differently coaching-wise this year as far as last year?
Not much.
Not much?
No.
Okay.
Last year we had a young team, really young team. Most of our starters were freshmen, and we had sophomores, and we didn't have any seniors last year, and so we did the same things. We're just a year wiser and more experienced and better. And even this year, our team was still pretty young, and most of our starters were underclassmen. And we expect that to pay off again next year, and we're getting some good, strong recruits in again. So really, we expect to be better next year.
So you guys are losing, about 4 or 5 seniors,
We're
right?
losing 5 really good seniors.
5 really good seniors?
Especially in the leadership regard.
Yes.
They were really good about creating a gym culture, on our team, a work ethic, and and we miss that. The girls have said so. You know, they miss having the seniors here and the leadership they provide. But of course, that just opens up opportunities for other girls to step into leadership positions, and that's how it goes.
Okay.
You know, when you guys leave your team, for example, other guys are going to step up and just fill those shoes. Right now, they kind of look to you guys to do a lot of that stuff, and so that's the way it is, and it's good. And the girls are going forward, and they're getting better.
Okay,
So-
like you said, it's always hard losing seniors. So like you said, this year you're losing 5. Like, do you prepare any differently as far as recruiting? You know, when you're going into the spring, like, do you prepare any differently as far as who you go recruit? Is it harder as far as, because you know you lost 5 seniors, and that's leadership. Like, you can't teach leadership. Leadership comes with like experience and everything. And those girls have like 4 years of experience. So how do you prepare as far as recruiting? Do you recruit any differently because you're losing 5 seniors?
No,
or do
I
you
don't
keep
think
it
so.
the same?
You know, we try to anticipate as best we can,
Yes.
looking ahead a year or two, and with our recruiting, and seeing what our needs will be, and what positions we'll need, and recruiting, you know, the best players and the best people we can find, and the kind of people that we know will kind of carry that torch and pick it up and go with it. And our girls will take the new girls and they'll take them under their wing, and a couple of those girls are going to have to come out and play right away. You know, they're really good, and they'll probably be out there playing. So our players know those girls already. You know, they've been on campus and they know them, and it'll be a smooth transition, I think.
Okay, so I know it's bad to say, but Sweet 16 next year?
Yeah, you know, we could.
Yeah.
We could. We for sure could. We would have had to play great this year to do it, but we could have done it this year, and we didn't play very well in that first match. But yeah, it's for sure possible.
Okay.
Definitely.
Well, yeah, Coach, you know, it's always fun to check you guys out playing. So like to say, appreciate the interview.
Thank you.